Artificial Ascent! What a great level, I'm glad I got to beat this. I enjoyed the experience a lot. My previous hardest was Phobos and it was finally time for a new one. I decided that beating Artificial Ascent would be my ultimate goal for the summer. Anyways, Artificial Ascent is a level where you don't make it into the second half often, but once you do, you have a very high chance of making it to the end, perhaps even fluking it from like 50 if you're lucky. The second half is much easier than the first. Your worst enemy here are the nerves, and because of this fact, I knew I had to over-practice the second half in order to make the amount of times I die there as low as possible. My first significant run was 64-100. It starts at Etzer, which is straightforward, but it took me way too long to realize that the second click of the wave is shorter than the first one. I thought they were the same and I felt so stupid when I realized they are not. Then there's speed, which is probably the hardest part of the second half at first, but it gets extremely consistent. Also, make sure to jump here and not go for the blue pad and blue orb. It's easier and more reliable. AREDL taught me that in his video on how to beat Artificial Ascent. It's extremely useful, so if you want to beat this level then go watch it. Serpong is easy, but at the same time very easy to mess up too. I died at 81 once. Galvatron is next, there's no such thing as dying at Galvatron. And at the very end you got the duel. Over-practice this thing. Do it 15 times in a row even. It's not hard, just make sure to over-practice it. That's all I can say. But you probably will die here because of nerves or something. As Aeon said, if you don't die there at least once, you're a hacker. Next up, I would slowly chip away at the level until I got an awesome run of 48-100. Firstly, I would get 58-100, which would add the entirety of Abstract Dark. The timings seem ridiculous the first few times, but it gets really consistent, just like every other part of the level pretty much. Then 53-100, which added Nazgub's part. That's literally a break part, I never died there once from zero. And then finally 48-100, which starts at Wamik's part. It's literally just a bunch of consistent ball timings. My first great run from zero was 45%. The first 12% of the level is extremely easy. You shouldn't die to it like ever, maybe a few times on your first few days with the level. Now Sonic is ridiculously difficult. This is going to be a huge choke point where you're gonna have a horrible pass rate. Or maybe I was just doing something wrong and it's actually really easy. But then one day I woke up and I was magically consistent at Sonic. Heinz is more easy gameplay, and now Zobros. Some say that Zobros is a very hard part, but I think that it's one of the easiest. Once again, it was AREDL who taught me how to do the first two clicks of Zobros, so that I never die here ever. Michigan is the one that's difficult though. Every single click here is hard. It took me way too long to get a good pass rate at Michigan. This was the part that killed so many of my decent runs. I died at Michigan over 100 times total. Next is Anthrax. All you need to do is learn the click pattern and it's gonna be great. Now, I sucked at Zentic specifically because of this thing here. The click pattern is 4 to go up and 3 to go down after the gravity change, but it has to be fast and I am not good at high CPS at all. Wow, ho ho, 45. Whoa! The 45 run was nice, however, I still did not have the level in 2 runs. On the very same day, just a few hours later, I got 60% though. Wow, haha! 60. I didn't even know it was possible to die there. That was such a random death. But whatever, I was happy that I had it in 2 runs. 4 days later, I got a new best at 72. Made it all the way to speed. Whoa, 72. The nerves assassinated me, but I was satisfied. It's kinda a hard part after all. Then, when I almost made it to speed for the second time, I clicked way too late at the very last click of Etzer and crashed into a wall. Then I proceeded to have a strange reaction. What? My next new best would be at Serponge at 81%. What? But in the end, it didn't matter. I got there once, so I was gonna get there again soon anyway. It took me 5 days to get back, and when I did, tragedy struck. I made it past the 81% green orb, I made it past the entirety of Galvatron. The duel is easy and I overpracticed the hell out of it. This was it. Except it wasn't. The nerves got me and I clicked with the UFO a little bit too late. 92%. What? This ruined my mood for the day. I didn't play for a few days after that. However, on 11th August 2025, I sat down, filled with determination, ready to finally slay this extreme demon. Yes! 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 Oh my God. What is this? first deaths. 92. It was 72. Oh my god. I beat it.